Welcome back to Memories of the Game. I'm your host, Brandon Steiner, and we've been speaking with several New York Giants, and now it's time for our most valuable player. He's our new best friend, and you gotta love him. A year ago, Eli Manning had New Yorkers wondering, just how good was he? Since then, he led Big Blue to the Super Bowl victory and took home the MVP honors to boot. Eli Manning, congratulations. I mean, doesn't get any better than a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's been a fun time, and after that game, just to have that joy and the for my teammates also and the coaches and the organization. When you win a championship, it's everybody, even the fans, your family members. Everybody enjoys that. Everybody's excited for you, but to have that feeling, to be on the field and know you just won a championship, there's not a greater feeling in the world.
Well, you got a little tie going now with Peyton, so I'm sure each of you now probably have at least a 50-cent bet for who's going to win the next one.
Exactly. You know, I mean, we might just trade off for the next couple of years. That'd be fine with me, I guess.
Have you been able to enjoy yourself?
I've been able to enjoy myself. I think you got to get away a little bit, but you know, being around the fans in New York, it's been they've been great, and to walk around and just see how excited those guys are, and hear everybody's story. Everybody was at a different place. They're either watching the game with their family or they're around the city, and they just tell you about. I like hearing about kind of how the city reacted in New York after the game. They said it was just crazy. Cars are stopping, people just running around the streets screaming, and that's fun to hear.
Were you feeling a lot of responsibility? You're #1 draft pick. A lot of people have high expectations for you.
I think as a quarterback, you can't feel you have to do something or feel the pressure. You gotta have faith in yourself and your teammates that you can go out there and play this game. I knew I could play at a high level. It's just a matter of kind of having all the pieces around you also being there, and that's what we finally got. At the end of the season, we were playing better football than anyone else, and we just got all the right pieces, got all the right guys back. Some young guys had stepped up and filled in some spots, and we were just we were in the groove and felt confident that we could play. We could outplay any team.
Can you get fired up for another year next year? I mean, knowing you just accomplished this.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I think the thing about it is you can get used to this feeling, this winning a championship. I don't think the first one is great, but it's a lot better than losing in the playoffs and having that feeling. I'll tell you that, and no one wants to go through that again. So I think this feeling could be addictive, and you want it. Once you have it once, you want to taste it again.
Take me through just the feelings you've had. You're getting beat up 1 minute in the press, and now you become really a wonder in New York City.
It's been unbelievable since the game, and that's the thing. It took about a week to get away. I took a vacation, went to the beach, and you can just reflect on the whole season. And you think about games early on. You think about the Washington game in the third week where you have a goal line stand. You have to win that game. If we don't win that, chance we don't make it into the playoffs. We've been 0-3. You think about Philly game at Philly where they kick a field goal, hits off the crossbar, and we win that game. Chicago get the fourth quarter comeback with 2 touchdowns. There's so many games that could have been different.
One play.
Yeah, one play here or there, and we don't make the playoffs because we only win 9 or 8 games, and we don't even have a chance to make that run. And that's what you reflect on, and you just know it's such a small. Inches and small difference between being a hero and being the GOAT, and so I think you have to celebrate it. You have to embrace it, and just knowing you don't know when it's going to happen again.
Obviously, your family's very excited. I mean, what's nice is keep the Super Bowls in the family. But anything particularly happened right after the Super Bowl win? You guys got together, man.
Peyton came to the locker room and got in and talked to me, and he just he knew what I was going through. He knew the emotions and the feeling just because he had experienced the year before, and he just said, he said, congratulations. He said that play is going to go down as one of the all-time great plays to Tyree, and he just said it's amazing, and he was just excited for me. My parents the same way, just very very excited, just thrilled. Even 2 weeks ago I was home in New Orleans and just sitting around, and my mom just goes, can you believe this really happened? It just kind of came out of nowhere. It's not like we were favored to win, anything, to go anywhere, and we just got hot and won it. It's just almost hard to accept. It seems like a dream a little bit. So it is. They've been very very excited about that.
The touchdown pass at the end of the game. which seemed like you had him kind of fooled there. Your call?
Coach Gilbride, Kevin Gilbride called it. It was really the same play we'd run before to Steve Smith. I hit Steve Smith. They switched up the coverage and came out with an all-out blitz. Kind of during the week when we saw that all-out blitz, we had a couple checks we wanted to get to.
Did you check?
I didn't check. I just kind of said, you know what? We got Plex going the fade route right here. I said, you know, it's one-on-one. It's as good as any chance to get a touchdown or a big play. You know, we really didn't have, you know, some of our stuff were just plays, our checks were plays to get, you know, 5 or 6 yards, but maybe not get out of bounds. I knew right here, we don't really have that opportunity to stay in bounds. We need to get a big play. And
that's a tough situation down there.
Right. So
were you surprised he was that open?
Well, yeah, a little bit. You know, he just we've been running a lot of slants and inside breaking routes all game. They really hadn't hit many of them, but you know, he did a good job of setting that up, kind of make it seem like we're running a slant on an all-out blitz. They like to do that. A lot of teams do that, and you know, hit something quick. He set up the slant and went to the fade. The guy bit on it enough and then slipped coming out of his break, and you know, that ball seemed to hang up in the air all day. And I was just, get down. He's wide open, just catch this ball. You know, sometimes the receiver, those easy ones, get easy to drop. You know, just wait for that to get down. I saw his feet got in. You know, that's when you know, I was fired up.
Have you seen Brady since the win?
I saw him for a second a couple of weeks ago in New York City, and you know, he came
gave you a big hug.
No, not a hug, but just congratulated me. And
he was class.
Yeah, very, very class act.
Interesting. We hadn't read about that.
It went under the radar a little bit.
Low key.
Yeah,
we won't tell anybody.
Exactly.
Let's talk about what's important. You know, your off the field stuff and helping other people. You do a dinner every year. Tell us a little bit about the dinner, and tell us a little bit about, you've been now trying to raise money for this hospital. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I do several things, and you know, I obviously have a lot of ties to New Orleans with Katrina. I do some stuff. You know, Mississippi, where I went to school, I do a big charity fundraiser for the hospital, the Blairy Batson Hospital in Jackson, Mississippi. We're building a new wing for the children clinics, and
wow.
you know, anything I can do with children. That's kind of my main concern. I do a lot of work in New York City with St. Vincent's Hospital, kind of a similar deal. You know, visit with the children, try to raise money for their new hospital they're building, and especially the children's clinics and those floors. So you know, that just has a special place in my heart, and I just feel for when you visit some of these hospitals and you see these sick kids. You know, you wish you could do something, and you wish you could help and make them feel better. You know, when I visit, I try to get them to smile a little bit, but obviously the best thing you can do is try to you know, make their experience and make sure they have all the right resources and doctors to get them back healthy.
Now on the charity end, we're gonna have you sign a few items. We're gonna auction them off for the hospital and try to help out your cause. And we're gonna give more information on the website, so people, if they want to make direct donations, they'll be able to.
Great.